Hey guys. So, I don't know. I just feel called to just make a video so you guys can get to know me a little bit more. And I don't think I did much of an introduction. It's been a minute. And I have been getting more people into the channel. So, hey guys. My name is Dulce and let's get to it. So, basically... Okay, so I'm originally born from California. I am a Latina. I am Mexican. I speak both languages, which is Spanish and English. I am a cat mom and a doggy mom. I love animals. I'm also into all sorts of things like divination wise. So if you're looking into astrology, numerology, spells, what other thing? Runes. Also affirmations. And then also the chakras, the frequencies, the singing bowls. All things just like that I'm like into. I'm also like into like the mystical like stories, so like deities and stuff. Like, I like that. I really don't go so in depth with the whole dabbling with that. All because, you know, everything just comes in like at the right divine timing. And I don't want to be summoning something without any knowledge or expertise. But that's just my take on it. There's people that are able to, like, you know, maintain that relationship with that deity, and that's kudos on them. For me personally, I just, you know, I'd rather be safe. I would rather be safe, but I do have a few deities. And I know they chose me. They were sending me like clear signals, and I also know I have ancestors that are looking over me. So I know I'm protected. My favorite colors are sage green, light violet purple. I just turned 25, so there's that. What other things about myself? My whole journey basically started from... So basically what initiated my awakening was like from one relationship being messy and toxic. Basically like leading me into like my awakening, but not knowing it at the time because I was just like... I was still asleep. I was still thinking that life was just meant to be a certain way. There was no things, you know, outside of this world or any of that stuff. Like, and when it came to the paranormal stuff, like, I was very much scared. Like, it was just not my cup of tea. I would literally freak out. So whenever that happened, I ended up like finding about crystals. So that's how I ended up knowing about crystals. And from then, it started with spell works, affirmations, what other things. And then I ended up tapping into the tarot cards and then the pendulum. And I did go into a psychosis, so I will give you guys that disclosure. It is not fun. Take the right work, ground yourself, don't let yourself be in Delulu land. It's not fun. It's not cool. I hated it. And it takes away the joy from life. So after all of that stuff, like, I ended up finding out about Reiki. I was already into astrology like around 2018. But it was only the sun signs. It was never the whole thing about birth charts. Until later down the line, like around maybe like 2021, 2022, when I started dabbling more into astrology, and like the further I went, the more I got more in depth with it. So that's how I started my whole astrology. No, with the whole numerology, like, it started with me just wanting to like do like the self-discovery. I wanted to know more about myself because I just felt so lost and confused, and I just had a hard time like feeling like I belonged. Like, that was just something within myself. Like, I had a hard time feeling like I belonged. I felt like I was just an outsider. Like, I would meet people and then, you know, people would leave my life, or like I felt like something was wrong with me. I was just like, well, why do people not stay in my life? Like, why do I feel like I pour so much into these people and they just did? or they just forget I exist, or expect me to be chill about it, like your non-existence, and it's just like, yo, like what the fuck is this? So that would happen. And divination really helped me out a lot. It gave me a lot of like knowledge when it came to my clairsynthesis, my clairaudience, claircognizant. Like I started tapping into that, and I didn't realize it at the time how intuitive I really was. And it was pretty scary because so my parents moved to Houston, so all of my family's in Houston, and I ended up moving to Waco in 2022. Been here since then, and from then on I've just been having like paranormal experiences that you wouldn't think the normal human person being would go through, but it's paranormal, and it's scary yet exciting because it gives you that thrill, like you're still alive, you're just another magical human creature in this world and life. So one of my crazy experiences was this one time, like in another relationship when I was living with them. I was taking my dog out at 3 in the morning, and I know guys, I know you guys are like, why are you taking your dog at 3 a.m.? The girl had work, and she kept hearing her doggy whine. That's why. That's the only reason why I decided to. So I go to the backyard, and on the side of the house, like there's literally this freaking shadow figure, like that looks like a human shadow figure, and it's literally like running, and then it gets on all fours and disappears like behind the gazebo, and I'm like, grabs my dog and reverses my ass and locks the doors. I was like, we're not dealing with that, Satan. I've never seen some crazy shit like that in my life. I was like it felt like I was straight out of a movie. I was like, what did I just see? And the only reason I knew that like I was not asleep or it was real was because whenever that thing ran like behind that gazebo, it hit a ladder. I didn't see anything jump over it. It just hit a ladder and nothing. Like I was just like, you know what? And then later on that same day, like the person that I was with at the time, they were like, yo, like why were you messing with me at 5 in the morning? I'm like, I was not messing with you at 5 in the morning. Why would I mess with you at 5 in the morning? Because I was inside the house, and there's a back house, and they were in the back house, and they were telling me like how they heard the knocking and the silence and the whole like banging and stuff, and they thought it was me the whole time. And I was like, no, I got work that day. You think I'm gonna be messing with you? No. Well, turns out they were manifesting the S word. It's a Native American creature, and if you summon it or you're close to it, I think it kills you. Don't quote me on that, guys. I just know they're not good things to be messing with or summoning. Like, I just wouldn't mess with something that I'm not knowledgeable on. Like, I wouldn't. I'd rather prefer keep the peace and just, you know. But that happened, and I was just like, what the fuck? And that was one of the many more experiences that I had. Besides the fact that that one time that I was cleansing that back house, it has like a little like garage or whatever, but it doesn't have the garage doors. It has just like a door, and then like behind the other door, like that one room, there's another room that has no windows or any of that stuff, and then it's just the living room, and then like kind of like more of another space, but it's conjoined together, and they all have their own little doors and stuff. Why in the hell, whenever I'm cleansing this place, after that incident that I told you that we experienced, I cleanse it with white sage. I'm here doing prayers. Why do all the doors, even the closet doors, try to close? The wind was hitting a different direction. It wasn't even hitting it. Their nephew and them and me were all witnessing all the doors trying to close shut on us. And I was like, whatever is in here does not want to leave. And I don't know what you brought in here, because what the hell? Never in my life did I experience some crazy shit like that. I was just like, it had to be fucking Waco, and it had to be this freaking person bringing all this stupid shit. So from then on, my other experience was whenever I went to Cameron Park. And if you guys are aware, Cameron Park has a lot of history. It's an old park, and it's a big park here in Waco. You guys can do your research. Waco has a lot of historical things happen and a lot of paranormal stuff that goes on. So y'all do your research on that. But I was going to one of the trails with my dog and the last person that I was with, and It was around maybe 5 or 6. It was already starting to get dark. And I was just like, yo, like, you know, let's leave this trail because, like, I don't want to be here at night. It's giving me creepy vibes. Why the fuck in the corner of my eye I see a shadow? I was like, all right, ignore it. Like, it's just in my head, you know? I keep walking. I turn around. It's this little, short little black gnome. Like, it's a black shadow gnome. Literally right there. And I was like, I saw that and I looked at my dog and I literally started running. And I told the person that I was with, like, why the fuck did you not tell me you saw that shit? And they're like, oh, because I didn't want to scare you. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? What type of bullshit is that? I was so mad. I was so mad with this person. I was just like, really? Ugh. But after that experience, I have experienced seeing flying cars. And when I tell you, like, I am not the one to do acid or any fucking drugs. I don't do that shit, guys. I've never done it, and I don't even plan on doing it. Like, there's some times when I want to try ayahuasca, but that's it. That's literally it. The only thing that I'm wanting to try, but even then, like, no. I had a bad high with weed, and I was just like, nah, no, I don't want to even do it. And whenever I hear about people going through the trips through acid or whatever the fuck they take nowadays, like, to me, it's just like, I cannot. Like, yeah, I know, like, it can send you, like, into, like, different realms and dimensions and different experiences, but to me personally, I feel such a way about it. And I know it's, like, maybe my fear that's getting in the way of me transcending, but for me to see things and not be mentally prepared freaks me the fuck out. It freaks me out. Like, I would rather do it in the natural way, it be introduced to me, or it be my calling to, like, you know, get to that level of spirituality. But if it's me taking, like, something that's gonna take me out of, like, my mental state, count me out, guys. So whenever I'm telling you guys about these experiences, it's because I've experienced it. And I literally saw it during the day. My first time ever, like, getting my own apartment here in Waco. I was walking my dog during the day. Why out of the blue, I hear a helicopter just show up. Like, there was no wind. You know, whenever you hear a helicopter, like, it's so close, like, you can just feel the wind. Like, it's literally like, you know, it's hitting you because it's close. There was no wind. All I heard was a helicopter, and then I look up and it's a helicopter. And every time I kept trying to look closer to it, it was a bright light. Like, it was daylight, and there was a bright light. Like, it was not letting me see it. Like, who the fuck was inside of there? And then I freaked out, and I just backed myself back up because it was across from my apartment. And then it reversed and disappeared. And I was just like, whoa, what just happened? And my neighbor was out there. She didn't see a thing. She didn't see a single thing. And I was just like, I'm not crazy. And I knew I wasn't that crazy because later on, throughout my time, like, staying at those apartments, whenever I would walk my dog, there was this other experience at night after my shifts where I literally heard, like, a plane, but it was very close. And there's houses behind my apartment complex with backyards and stuff like that. There's a fence, like, you know, separating us. And I saw, like, these lights, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is these lights, like, flashing like that? Well, on my white people shit, no offense, guys, I chased after it because I was so curious, like, what the fuck is it? And then, like, there's, like, this gap in between from the trees, and I see it's a flying fucking car. And I was like, in the moment, I was like, am I in a movie? Am I in a fucking movie? It was so crystal clear. It was a flying car. It had no tires, had lights underneath, and it looked like them old, like, Ford cars from back in the day. And I was just like, whoa. Like, I skedaddled. I saw that. I was like, I'm not getting abducted. I don't know what this is. I don't know what's inside of it. Like, I'm running. And I do think it could have been time travelers. I don't think it was, like, aliens, but I do believe there's time travelers, and it will exist pretty soon whenever you guys see it. But I saw that, and I feel like I was like, what's that one freaking show? There's this show that it was reminding me of, and I was just like, and then after that experience, like, I started putting dates, like, the dates that I started noticing, like, this paranormal things. it was no longer happening right there at the streets. It started happening right in front of my apartment, like in front of my patio. There's one time, like, there was literally a newer version of a car flying near my apartment complex. And I was like, what the fuck? And another person was with me at the time, and they saw that too. There were so many incidences where I've noticed like UFOs and stuff like that, but like through the sky. They say it's like fairies. I think it's UFOs because of the whole blinking and the fastness, and then it's just like disappearing. But yeah, guys, I've had those paranormal experiences, and it just really has been like a whole journey. And then there's a theater in Marlin that has like a whole history as well. And I was testing my psychic abilities, and I can see like not the spirit itself, but I can see the blotches. I can see whenever the spirit is right there or where it's at. Or I can just like here and there like intuitively like channel them. Like I could be the channeler. You can ask them questions and I'll literally speak for them. I'm the one speaking for them. Or I'll scribe. Talents here, guys. It would be that, or like, what else? Or me just channeling music too. Like I would get random names. I would have dreams. Like my dreams were literally exposing people. Like the girl is pretty intuitive, and I was pretty shocked at the fact that I had all these abilities and gifts. And it kind of gets scary sometimes because it's just like I don't want to be a crazy person. And I have dealt with the experience where like my gifts basically went, and you're like starting over. And I was just like, wow. Like my gifts are what made my life more magical and more worth living for, because I like the fact that I give people clarity, especially whenever I do tarot card readings, because like it just shows you how many people are going through the same situations just in different realities. And it also like I like it whenever I channel somebody's like ancestor or like family member that has passed away, or like whenever they're needing clarity from a certain relationship. Like I like doing that stuff because it's just like it gives me a purpose. I like being of service to people. I like them knowing that they can trust me with their personal stuff, especially with the astrology, because whenever I'm doing astrology charts, like I'm literally going through all of your stuff. I'm going through your traumas, your mommy and daddy wounds. I'm going through like the themes in your life that has been going on, themes like since childhood or from birth. Or even your personality traits, the things that you like to display, or things that you need to require in relationships, things that actually nurture you, the way that you communicate, the way that you need people to communicate with you, your life purpose, what are you destined for, what challenges are you going to be facing, like it's stuff like that. And I'm also looking at the transits and how like these transits are like affecting you in conjunct with your birth chart. It's not just me reading your birth chart. I'm seeing like the transits that are going on around, and I'm like, oh, this is why you're experiencing this and that. And then with the her numerology, or like even like the personality types, it gives me more of an idea what kind of person you are, and also the receptivity and the way that you communicate and how you are like and going about life. I'm an INFJ. I'm very introverted, but I'm also smart. And I'm social. Like it goes hand in hand. And I've been learning about human body design. I'm a 2/4 line. I'm a generator, if you guys are into that stuff. What else? I'm a life path 3. What other thing? I'm a Libra sun, Scorpio moon, Capricorn rising. If you guys want to know more about my birth chart, just ask. Really, just ask. What else? Yeah. Oh, and I'm also a Reiki master. I can align your chakras. I can heal you. I can clear out blockages in your body. And besides the whole channeling and stuff like that. That's all, guys. And besides that, I do like to like have my little therapeutic sessions with people and just have real life conversations. Like, to me, it's just like, let's talk about life. Tell me how your life is. Tell me how you really been feeling. Because it takes away from me thinking that life just revolves around me. I like to know that there's other people. Oh yeah, and I'm also part of the LGBTQ. If you guys wanted to like know, or you guys weren't aware, I am part of the LGBTQ. Yeah. I love food, I love the arts, I love music. I like fashion. What else? I dibble and dabble. I like to get into things, but it's just like momentarily. It's a here and there thing for me. It just depends how passionate I am. I just know that with the whole divination thing, to me, it's more exciting. There's like never-ending knowledge, and it's just exciting because it's something that you cannot explain, and it's very more exciting whenever like you just psychically just read somebody like to filth, and I love that shit. I'm just like, yes. And also with the whole spirituality, it helps you heal. Like, I know some religions and stuff like that, like, have traumatized people. And spirituality, like, holds, like, no walls or, like, any restrictions. And it's for everybody to, like, tap into. And it helps out. It helps you connecting yourself with the divine, with source, with yourself. And it's just very different. That's all I say. Even though I'm not hardcore like religious, I still believe there is a God. I know that all religions have gods, and that's okay. No judgment at all. I just know that it all interconnects to, like, finding your true purpose, having, someone hold you accountable, know that you're gonna be in good hands, that you're protected, that you're safe. So it's stuff like that. What else? I don't know. If you guys have any more questions about me, just, send the comments. Like, literally. I can make videos about myself. I can go on my little rants about my days, because life be lifing. Life be lifing. Oh, yeah. I was just remembering how much fucking courage it took me to, like, literally put myself out there. I'm a shy person. I'm confident when I want to be, but I'm shy as fuck when it comes to the camera and to, like, acknowledging the fact that, like, oh yeah, I got it. Like, I'm shy. I really am. Like, I'm an observant motherfucker. I really am. But when it comes to it, I'm gonna be like, please, don't put me in the spotlight. But then I'm like, I like that attention too. But yeah, it varies by degree. I'm usually like the outcast, like the shadow, but in my life purpose, like my North Node is in Leo, so I have to put myself out there. I have a lot of creativity. Oh, I also write poetry, guys. Now that I'm remembering, I write poetry. I'm very dark. I also love music. Music is chef kiss. To me, music is everything. Without it, life is boring. That's my honesty on that. So, yeah. I think I covered most of the stuff about myself. Pretty easygoing. I've been working a lot of my shadow work, my parental wounds, and also, like, having control of my emotions and my thoughts. Because whenever you don't, shit hits the fan. People can take control over you. People can take away from you. So you have to learn how to take control over yourself and who gets to have access to you. So there's that, guys. Yeah. I do have other social medias if you guys want to know. I have a TikTok, I have an Instagram, and I have a Twitter. I also do have a Facebook page. I have a Patreon. My Patreon is just being in the works right now. But I'm putting a lot of, like, handful information, like, for you guys that are, like, interested in, like, learning more about divination, learning more about the spiritual realm. I got you. And here for me is, like, all a work in progress. It's all learning. I am not an expert, but I'm consistently learning tidbits of information, and I like to share my information. I also read books. it's just right now, like, I've been just trying to get my life together. It's really been just like that. I've been getting my life together. And yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys reached this far to this video. And thank you for my spiel. Yeah. Thank you for reaching out the spiel. Thank you for making it this far. Thank you for being a follower. Thank you for being a supporter. And thank you for just being you. Because I'm learning how to be myself without the judgment and the critic inside my head. It really gets to me sometimes. Like, I might be in front of the camera and you guys be like, oh yeah, she's confident. Oh, bro. Oh. I've been working to it. I've been working on it. And I am basically more antisocial than you guys really think. Like, it takes me a minute to warm up and to even trust you and to open up. Like, I can break the ice, but it's just a mask, and I don't want to be masky no more. I want to be my real self, and like that's why with the readings I've been doing within myself, like, they resonate because I'm going through these experiences as well. I'm learning about myself. I'm learning through my journey. I'm learning whenever divine intervention is coming through, and I'm learning whenever I'm dealing with my shadow. I'm learning whenever I'm having issues on the outside and within myself. So life is all a big journey, and the song "Life is Just Like a Highway" by the Rascals is literally in my head right now. But that should be all. It is my birthday. I'm gonna see what's up. It's been a quite interesting month, but you know, we're gonna make the best out of it, guys, and I wish you guys the best of luck, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.